Wuthering Heights, the only finished novel by Emily Browning. It's a classic of English literature. It is A essential 重要的 B black 黑的 C imminent 临近的 D gothic 哥德式的 It is a gothic novel focusing on the dark side of love, telling the story of loss, betrayal, and despair. A setting, B to set, C set, D to be set. Set in England, the story begins with Mr. Earnshaw, the owner of Wuthering Heights, finding an orphan. A until 直到 B on 在 C for 对于 D by 由 finding an orphan on his visit to Liverpool and bringing him home, naming him Heathcliff. Mr. Earnshaw A takes by 通过 B reserves for 保留 C treats as 对待 D deprives of 剥夺 Mr. Earnshaw treats the street boy as his own son. However, the orphan is strongly disliked by Earnshaw's children, Catherine and Hindley. Over time, surprisingly, Catherine jumps in 跳进去 B turns in 上脚 C means to 意思是 D grows to 逐渐的 Catherine grows to love him, while at the opposite extreme, Hindley's dislike turns to intense hatred, for he believes his father loves the orphan more than him. This marks the beginning of a tragedy for all of them, especially for Heathcliff. Heathcliff enjoys the happiest time in his life in Catherine's company, but everything changes when they meet the Linton children, Edgar and Isabella, who live in Thrushcross Grange. As Catherine B spends 花费 more time with Edgar, Heathcliff finds himself burning with so much jealousy that he has to leave. While he's away, Edgar courts 追求 Catherine passionately, and finally the two get married. Their marriage, however, turns out to be a failure because they are so different. Then Heathcliff returns to live at Wuthering Heights, of which he later becomes the owner as Hindley loses it in gambling. Heathcliff later marries Edgar's sister Isabella, which further complicates 使复杂化 the situation. Soon after the wedding of those two, Edgar and he waits for soon after the wedding of those two, Catherine dies, giving birth to Edgar's daughter Cathy. 生下 the heartbroken Heathcliff vows to destroy Edgar, and he waits for 17 years, biding 等待 his time for revenge. When the time is ripe, he forces his only son to marry Cathy. After the death of his sick son and Edgar, he takes control of both Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. The gloomy novel ends with Heathcliff dying and being reunited with Catherine in death. Thank you.